computer. Good morning, Alexander.
Good afternoon. I know in Germany it's afternoon right now. So
right.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah. We agreed to do an interview. I want to introduce you to my people and tell them this is my releasing partner, Alexander. And yeah, both we do love the Sedona method. And could you tell people why? And
Yeah,
maybe
absolutely.
what you do for a living, for instance.
So I'm a hypnotherapist. I do clinical hypnotherapy and coaching work with clients. So I use, neuro-linguistic programming, NLP. I'm a master practitioner of NLP as well. So I have a full-time, full-service hypnotherapy practice here in Florida, South Florida. It's northern part of Miami, Aventura, Florida. So the reason I love Sedona is, well, there are many reasons. So let me start first with my personal experience with it. It's a very gentle way to navigate an internal landscape. And the internal landscape is generally, it's the thoughts, which is our chatterbox, 50,000, they say thoughts every single day, right? Then we have emotions, and we have sensations, feelings in the body. So that's pretty much what our internal landscape is made of. And all the suffering comes from that. All the suffering either comes from thoughts or the emotions, and they work together. Thoughts, produce emotions. The negative emotional state will create a lot of negative thoughts. So majority of people, they want to think positive, right? So they go positive thinking, but unfortunately changing those 50,000 thoughts one by one will be a pretty difficult task. So
right.
Why I love Sedona is because it's a way to go to the core from where everything comes from, and we can gently let go of the emotions, and then you don't have to deal with the thoughts. Once your emotions are released, the quality of your thinking is in line with that. So you're basically either free of thoughts, you have positive thoughts, and you can go even deeper and release certain programs even deeper than the emotions, like wanting to control, all those attachments that we have to control, things like constantly wanting safety and the perception that I'm not safe. So when I work with those deeper programs, it's a very easy shortcut to just put myself back into the state of flow and the state of ease. So it's my explanation right now is why I loved Sedona from the very beginning. As soon as I started learning it, how quickly it's easy to let go. That was my kind of first experience with it. Now, recently, what I find is Sedona method, especially the newer version of it, which is the fifth way and the free way, is very deeply in line with the non-duality teachings, which is, spiritual, different traditions, really. It's across the board, the experiential, let's say the experiential way of connecting with our spirituality, as opposed to more intellectual kind of, what the more traditional religious way. So the experiential, which is what, when you know the taste of strawberry, you cannot explain to the other person who never tried it. You have to try it, right? So that's the experience. So the experience of that profound presence, beingness, awareness that we all long for. I feel with the methodology of Sedona, you can actually create tangible repeatable, um, you know, I don't want to say technique, but approach, a way to constantly remind yourself when you're not in that state to kind of wake up every time back to that state of beingness, presence, awareness, that expanded, loving, amazing state. So living in that, Sedona provides, I think, the best pointers to notice when we're not, and allow ourselves to go back into that state. So I guess it's been a long answer. And the third
Yes.
reason is that I love teaching Sedona. I love showing it to my clients, because that's,
Nice.
I guess that's a missing link between any kind of internal work, which
Right.
is more, I call it downtime, like when you go into your internal landscape, either meditations or self-hypnosis. And Sedona is the missing link between those practices, which are more kind of passive sit-down practices, to everyday living,
Hmm.
daily interactions, challenges,
Hmm.
COVID, politics,
Yeah.
traffic on the road, and all kinds of daily challenges. So Sedona is the missing link between any internal practice that a lot of people are into right now and your daily moment to moment functioning. So that's why I love it.
Thank you very much for this deep answer. Hmm. How long have you been practicing it?
So I got my Sedona method book back in 2000. It was around 2000, I think 11 or 12, around that time. So let's say close to 10 years.
Nice.
So I read it, I loved it, and then, like with everything else and life challenges and whatnot, I kind of put it on the shelf, and I never really forgot about it. I would use some of the basic methodology, like the basic releasing questions. I would always use it, but I stopped kind of digging into it, and I just used some basic stuff. And then, let's say roughly about 2 years ago, I revisited that again. I got the super course, which is the this um, comprehensive Sedona method audio course, and I really dove into it deeply. So I explored it. I would do it daily. So in the last couple of years, I've been doing it more extensively. And last year, actually, I think it was end of 2019, end of 2020, beginning of 2021, I visited my first retreat with Sedona. So that's when I really started exploring more of that non-duality awareness, beingness experience. So.
Nice. Nice. Did you do the facilitator training?
Oh yeah, I did the facilitator training as well.
Yeah.
It was right after the retreat. Yeah.
I guess that was the occasion we met, right? Looking for a partner. It's required to have a partner,
That's
right?
where, exactly. Yes, that's
That,
where we met.
yeah. And ever since, with short breaks, we are meeting for sessions. Yeah, and I appreciate our
Yeah,
sessions. Yeah.
very much so. I just wanted to say that it's been probably one of my longest partnerships so far for anything that I've been working with people, not as a professional coach, but when we kind of, when we do it peer to peer, working on each other. And I appreciate very much your energy, and also what I love about you, which was one of my concerns. I thought you're in Germany, so well, your English is perfect, but my concern was, will there be any language barrier or anything? But I recognized working with you that the language is actually secondary when it comes to this kind of work, because you're very intuitive when it comes to perceiving my state, and the way you navigate it is very gentle, But what I love about it, it's very straight and very to the point. You're like, you find exactly where to go, and you help me get out of certain loops that I get stuck in. So I really, truly appreciate that.
Thank you very much. Yeah. I also appreciate working with you. I feel it's similar. You come to the point and straight, and sometimes you mention something I didn't think about it, and you come up with it, and wow, that's it. That is the relief. Yeah, I love it so much. Yeah, and
Awesome.
mhm. And if someone hadn't done the Sedona method, what would you say with a few sentences to encourage the people to do it? Just do it.
Sedona method is the fastest way to freedom. It's the
Wow.
fastest, it's the shortcut, really. And mind you, for those of you who are on a spiritual path, we all are, but some people realize it more than the others. So if you consciously are on a spiritual path, you may hear from spiritual teachers that enlightenment cannot be taught as a technique. Awakening cannot be reached with a technique. Well, maybe I'm not going to argue with that, but I will say that if there is one technique that I've ever encountered that is as close to bringing us humans to that with what we're truly looking for and doing it fast, gently, and very, very efficiently, that would be Sedona method. So
Yeah,
definitely,
yeah,
you want to be
yeah,
free, explore it.
yeah. And there are people that got free with it, no? Lester within 3 months, and I think Hale, it was 17 years or something, and other people I don't know, but there were a few. Yeah, and yeah, and
Well,
I
as one of my coaches put it, we're all awake. We're just not realizing it. So
mm,
maybe, maybe
mhm. Thank you very much, Alexander. It was a nice meeting, and I think all the most important things are said. So yeah, thank you very much.
thank you. Thank you very much. I'll see you again.
Yeah,
I'm
of
sure we will
course. Of
keep
course.
on